Luke, great to see you. First of all, how's things? Obviously, lockdown's been released a bit. You've been able to get out and do a bit more training.
Yeah, training and a bit more golfing, Phil. The golfing's definitely improved the last couple of weeks. But yeah, it's a little bit easier now. Obviously, can meet a few more people. So, like I say, life's getting a little bit easier week by week. And no, I'm still feeling good, feeling fit. Got into a bit of road running, which is good. I'm quite enjoying it. I'm more of a distance and a speed man, to be honest. But no, I'm enjoying that. And as I say, a bit more golfing as well. So no, it's been good, mate.
And anyone who follows you on Instagram, the kids are keeping you plenty busy as well.
Yeah, well, my partner Kirby's a teacher, so she's gone back to work this week. So yeah, part time. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm daddy daycare them days. So it's been no, it's been good. It's a little bit challenging, but no, it's been good, and they keep you on your toes.
Yeah, you can always tell when you're in charge. The kids get dressed in the Rhinos kit.
Yeah, a few people have noticed that. Yeah, so I just put them on. I just think what would be easiest, and I can't really coordinate outfits, so they both get stuck in the Leeds Rhinos kit. And my littlest one, Peachy, she's kind of not much hair, and if I don't put a pink bobble in, everyone just thinks it's a boy. So they say, "Oh, what's his name?" And how many times that must have happened. But no, it's good fun, Pete, Phil, and they keep you on your feet.
In terms of your fitness and stuff, you've been able to keep. You mentioned doing some running there. Seen videos of you doing a bit of weights training in the garden and things.
Yeah, no, it's been good. It's been good. I think it's definitely harder to motivate yourself to do the gym than I kind of expected, if I'm honest. Look, we've got great facilities down at Kirkstall, and we're training with all the lads. And you get in the gym, you don't think too much about it. You just go, and the competitiveness in you kind of just pushes you, and you're trying to beat everyone in the gym. But I think the hardest thing is when you're training by yourself. Obviously, we've not got the best equipment. I've got everything I need, but like I say, you have to move it to the garden, then move it back into the garage. So I think that's been the most difficult bit. But I'm getting there now. Like I say, once we get back in and we've got a date, I'll start lifting the strength training back up. And like I say, I've just been running, to be honest. Really kind of fell in love with it, really, and done a few 15Ks. I think next one's the half marathon I want to do. So I think that's the next in the locker, possibly this weekend.
Well, they've just announced that the Leeds 10K has been put back to November. There's a run with the Rhinos team for that. Maybe put your name down for that.
Put me down, Phil. Yeah, definitely get me down on that. Yeah, it should be good fun. I think me partner Kirby's keen on doing that as well. So no, it'd be good fun, and all for a good cause.
Uh, Obviously, in the last few years, you've had your problems with injuries that have meant you've been denied your passion of playing. As a silver line, has that sort of helped you during this period? Can you imagine players who are used to playing every week and training every week? You know, you've got built up a bit of mental fortitude to be able to deal with the challenges.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, the last couple of years have been kind of tough, and you're not playing consistently, and you're in and out, and kind of dealing with the setbacks. And funny, actually, someone walked past last week, and kind of I'm in the garden messing about, and says, "You just got back fit, fully fit, everything's going well, and obviously the coronavirus comes, and you're not playing again." So yeah, I kind of sense it's helped me in one way, but I'm a little bit annoyed as well. Obviously, get back fully fit, feeling great, and look, we can't help what's gone on in the world. It's been terrible, but yeah, it's kind of a sense of, I think it come at a wrong time personally for me as well, getting back fit and just starting to hit some form, and the team as well. I think the team were playing awesome. After the mishap round one, we went on then to kind of play some real good stuff, and like I say, it kind of come at the wrong time. But look, it can't be helped. And yeah, on your original question, Phil, it's kind of a bit disappointing, if I'm honest. As I say, I'm fit. Last year, I was sat on my bum, couldn't do anything, and this year I'm fit but still can't do anything. So yeah, it's quite annoying, to be honest. But as I say, there's been people in miles worse situations than me. We just can thankful we've got our health and stuff like that, and just everyone, what a great job they've done, the NHS and stuff like that. So I've got to say I'm in a privileged spot, so I can't kind of mourn too much.
And in terms of the team, you mentioned there that how well the Rhinos were playing. When you're going from a pre-season to the start of a season, there's a bit unknown. You don't know what's going into. There's a bit of apprehension. Do you think because we were playing so well, effectively, when we restart the season, everyone will have a spring in their step, excited to get back to that level?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a damn sight easier sat in this lockdown now, kind of in the position we are at the top of the table, than if we're coming off a back of 3 losses. So yeah, I think massively it is exciting. We picked up a couple of injuries, which I spoke with Jack Walker, spoke with Cruz Lehman. They're probably seeing this as a blessing because they miss no games, and I don't think they'll be far off, to be honest, once we get back playing. So it's kind of positive on that front as well. But yeah, I think, look, the more time, and I always said this in all my interviews leading up, the more time we can spend together playing, the better we will become. So I think there's massive of improvement in us as well. I think that's the great thing. We've got a young squad. I think the format is probably what Super League is going to be this year. Look, there'll probably be a lot of games kind of in a condensed time frame. Well, massively, our squad's a big squad and it's young as well, so it'll massively help that as well.
You mentioned there about the structure of the season. You've been one of the vocal members of the players talking about the players having more of a say in how the games run. That's great to see in terms of stakeholders in the games. I think it's important that this chance to reflect on everyone's role in the games, give the players a chance to say, well, we want to say in what's happening.
Yeah, I think it's imperative that kind of we have a say. I think this is my 11th season in first grade rugby, and I believe it's important. We just want a kind of a seat at the table and kind of have our say, and why not? We're on the shop floor, so to speak, and we can say, look, that's a great idea. Look, that might not work, but we want to kind of work together with the powers that be and essentially make our game a better game. And as I say, we're at the sharp end. We're the ones that's taking all the hits, so to speak, and we're on the pitch every week. So yeah, I think it's been good, and I think one thing that kind of the lockdowns taught me, and just that we do need more of a say. And as I say, kind of in talks like, what's the best way to restart? Do you think this will work? Like I say, our counterparts in the NRL have got it. So hopefully we've made inroads into kind of having a seat at the table and kind of getting our voices across.
It's presumably it's not just about wanting everything your own way. It's actually talking collectively as a group, and from your career the path you took, playing in the lower leagues, playing down in London, Bradford when they had their troubles. That if all the players, whether the top clubs or the lower ones, are speaking as one voice, it can be a powerful thing.
Definitely, and I think a lot of people kind of, when we did this, it was about the salary cap, and it wasn't kind of meant like that. But exactly that, Phil. It's kind of having one voice, and we're stronger together. And we're not going to say, look, this is how it should be. We're just there to kind of say, look, what do you think of this? And kind of give some feedback, and just, to be honest, just be involved in it. As I say, we're the ones that take out the field every week. So I think it's more than it's just what we deserve.
And started there talking about the season structure. Obviously, one of the repercussions of that is that we've lost the Ashes series at the end of the year. It's a real shame. For rugby league fans, the most exciting thing is an Ashes series here on home soil. How much were you looking forward to pushing your way back into Sean Wayne's squad?
Yeah, first of all, massively disappointing. We kind of knew in the back of our heads that it'd kind of be a struggle, but yeah, it would have been a mouth-watering clash really against. Look, I've played the Aussies twice, kind of fell short both times, but Yeah, there's nothing better than taking on. They're the world's #1 team. So it's disappointing, first of all. Like I say, it would have led us perfectly into the World Cup next year. It would have given us a great taste. It would have given Sean Wayne, like I say, his chance to get a look at us as a team and for us to see the way he wants us to play, sort of thing. So yeah, disappointing. But I've seen a few options branded about, be it the Exiles, which I think is a great idea. If I'm honest, you look at Super League now, they've got kind of the best overseas that I've seen, as I say, since I've been involved in it. Sonny Burl just signed, Greg Inglis have signed, Warrington have signed Greg Inglis. Sorry, they've got an array of talent throughout every team. So I think it'd make for a great test. And then obviously they did it a few years back. I think it finished a couple of years before I got into the England setup. And there were some great games back then as well. I can remember watching them. So no, I think that is definitely a possible option. I saw Sean Wayne speaking about it as well. So I think it'd kind of give you that test that you need going into a World Cup.
And presumably it would be a good experience if it was just players who were based in the Super League competition who played in it. From an England point of view, it would give Sean Wayne a bigger pool of players who've tasted international competition, because he'd have the other NRL players to come in later on as well.
Yeah, I think, like I say, I think it'd be great on both fronts. It gives Sean a look at what he's got in Super League, and I saw a couple of teams branded about on Twitter for the Exile, and there were I think I've seen 2 or 3 teams. They were all great teams, to be honest, some great players as well. So yeah, it'd make for great viewing. Look, and when they're going to do it, when it fits in, I'm not sure of the structure. We're all not sure yet, but if we could squeeze that in somewhere, I think it'd be beneficial for the England setup, definitely.
You mentioned there about the guys in the NRL. You've been watching it on Sky Sports. How pleased were you for George Williams, your fellow halfback? How he's getting on down at Canberra?
Yeah, it was outstanding, his first game. You probably dream about debuts and how they go, but that was something else. I thought it was great, and I think that he's a perfect fit for that Canberra team. Especially with the new rule coming in, he's a front foot player. He plays what he sees, and he's kind of a bit off the cuff, so to speak. And Josh Hodgson kind of that'll suit him perfectly. Both tries that he set up, kind of Josh Hodgson gets out, and George just kind of makes some out of nothing, really. And that's the sort of player he is. So I'm massively impressed with Canberra last week. I thought to go to Melbourne and do that, I thought it was impressive. But I think Sydney, I've just topped that this morning, the Roosters, watching Ryan Hall play there, 29-0 in the first half, playing some really good stuff. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting comp this year. And look, there's not much sport on at the minute, and I believe the viewing figures in the NRL have gone through the roof. So they're kind of holding the fort for rugby league at the minute, and I'm for one really enjoying it. It's great to watch.
The thing they've talked about with that opening round is that those footballing halfbacks who are now coming into the game or getting the chance to really shine in the game over there. What have you made of the 6 again rule that they've brought in over there?
It makes you can't half tell the speed of the game is so quick, and being involved obviously in the World Cup, that's kind of it's just a lot more free flowing end to end, and it's kind of like a war of attrition. When we played in the World Cup final, well, they're probably the toughest game I've ever been involved in personally. Just that end to end, and it's non-stop. But yeah, I think this new rule's fascinating. It makes, and I think hookers are definitely allowed to get out and do more. And as I say, I think it suits George Williams down to the ground. And yeah, it's interesting. It just makes for I noticed both teams are absolutely spent. It's definitely the fatigue kicks in a little bit more when you've got a prop making an error or a penalty on play 4 and it's 6 again. It's a nightmare, to be honest, but it makes for great viewing. So yeah, I'd be a fan of it. I probably won't if I were defending, but I'd be a definite fan. It's made for more exciting games.
And in terms of how much you're missing the lads, you obviously stay in touch with on social media and things like that, on Zoom and everything else? You're all keeping pretty tight.
Yeah, we are. We did a couple of what's it called? Quizzes. Sorry, Dono was the quiz master. So a few of the, so to speak, older lads, we all kind of jumped on Zoom with his partners, and we did a bit of a quiz. So it was fantastic, to be honest. I think Richie, I think Myla won, did he? Or maybe Reese and Vanessa won, maybe. But I can't remember. But no, it's good crack. We've got a group, a training group that we all put kind of our stuff in. Harry Newman, he kind of won it this week with, I don't know if you saw, Phil, the lockdown lift with his glasses on indoors. I don't know if you saw that, but he's set up a bit of a gym in his bedroom, and he must have got his girlfriend to record him doing a gym session indoors in his glasses, so in his sunglasses, not reading glasses. So yeah, Harry Newman kind of wins that one. But no, we've got a good bunch, and all close knit. And I suppose it's the main thing you miss being in this, for me personally, is just the crack with the lads and getting the mick took out of you every day. That's what you miss. You go into the change room, and from the 7 o'clock till 3 o'clock when you get home, you just the cracks on, and that's the one thing that I definitely miss, the interaction with the boys. Nothing can replace that, and you can go on your runs and you can speak on WhatsApp, but you can't beat that, just that interaction with the lads. So that'd be the hardest thing for me, and definitely the toughest thing so far.